Okay, here we go. All right, y'all, back with another one. Get situated here. Okay. Seven. Okay. All right, who we got? All right, Stamina's up in here. Breaker Gang in the house. Yep. Back again with the Breaker Gang. Robert Henry, what's going on? And Two Beasts, what's going on? Yeah, man. Been raining out here like crazy, man. I was just trying to get some stuff situated outside, but yeah, it's coming down out here on and off. But yeah, man, let's talk some strawweight fights, and we'll talk about some other fights too. I'll be on here for maybe like an hour today, probably like 8:15, 8:15 tops, hopefully. I said that yesterday, and we were up here for like 3 hours, man. So I'm gonna try to cut it down today, though. We'll see. So yeah, I want to talk about the fight week coming up. You know, we'll talk about Marina Rodriguez and Michelle Waterson a little bit, and what else did I add to the list? Boston Hill. I want to talk about that fight. And what else? Nunes. Yeah, man. I saw that article, man. I saw about Nunes talking about Dana White wanting to kill the featherweight division or whatever. But I'm like, yo, man, like you still got you got a lot of women out here. You got a lot of women out here that could be fighting in 145. So, we're gonna talk about that. I just posted that on my IG, man. I was like, look, I give you 7 women right here that can fill the featherweight division, Dana White. I tagged Dana White. I tagged all these girls in it because I was like, man, look, this is what you're missing out on right here, Dana. You need to put these women in the strawweight, in the featherweight division. Yeah. All right. Before we get started, what were y'all talking about? Ernest Richardson, what's going on? He said Pinheiro released a statement on IG. Oh, yeah? Well, let's check it out real quick. We also got I saw the Yana Aldana fight. I saw that scheduled for July on the Connor Dustin card. That might be a good fight. We'll see how that goes. What did Pinheiro say? Hold on. Pinheiro. Go ahead and pull this thing up here before we get started. We get started at the 5-minute mark. Yeah, Marcus. Ernest just said it right there. Yeah, Aldana Konaskaya. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, let me translate it because she wrote it in Brazilian, or Spanish. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah. So she said, Luana Pinheiro, she issued her statement. She said, look, I'm passing by to say I'm fine. Secondly, I want to thank everyone for the support. I want to thank all my team who worked so hard. All right, let's see. Let's skip down here. She said, no one wanted this victory more than me, and no one feels more than I do for the fight. I imagined 1,000 possibilities for my arm to end up standing up, and none of them was the way it ended up. But regardless of how the breakdown didn't go how I wanted and how I worked for it, I'm happy for all my work I made to arrive well prepared for the fight. I'm going to work hard to continue to pursue my evolution and bring out the best version of myself in upcoming challenges. Thank you for everything, and let's go. Okay. We still have a long way to go. Well, she said she didn't want to end it that way. She put her statement out. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. I mean, I just thought that this disqualification was a bad idea. But, you know, at this point, Troy B said, Ribas Hill prediction. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute. Get to that in a second here. But yeah, man, this Saturday coming up, we got Marina Rodriguez and Michelle Waterson headlining a card. You know, like I said, this is Michelle Waterson, her second headliner, and they're taking the place of TJ Dillashaw, right? Because of his injury. Personally, you know, I mean, they actually just put it out and said it's set. I mean, we already pretty much knew last week that it was, you know, a go. You know, we already knew it was a go, but you know, they just officially said it today that they're making the fight, and it's going to be at 125 pounds. I mean, you know, personally, like I said, I just did a video. I went on and put this video out, and I was just saying, when I first heard the fight was announced, I was a little bit excited about it because I felt like, you know, it was going to be, you know, another strawweight fight on the card. You know, Waterson versus Rodriguez, and you got Ribas and Hill. Whoever wins will probably get their rematch with Ribas or Hill. You know, if Waterson wins and Hill wins, maybe they could run it back. Or if Rodriguez wins, Ribas wins, they could run it back. So I thought that would be interesting. I mean, they could still do that. You know, they could still do that. But with this fight taking place at 125, I guess we just kind of got to take it for what it is, as a stay busy fight and just a main event. It's not really going to do anything for the division at this point, you know. And you know, they're just answering the call. You know, like I said, I'm not as excited about it on that level because it's not going to elevate anybody in the strawweight division. It's not really going to push them into the flyweight division because that's not what they are. They're not flyweights. They're going right back to strawweight after this. But it could be a good fight. You know, style-wise, it could be a good fight. You know, Marina Rodriguez, good stand-up fighter. Michelle Waterson, I think if she takes this fight to the ground, she might make it interesting. And she knows that's where Marina Rodriguez has her main weakness. You know, that's her main weakness, is getting taken down and putting her on her back. And let me see here. All right, so he got Ribas for this fight. Yeah, because like I was saying earlier, I said I know some people think I'm being picky about the fight, saying, "Oh man, like why you complaining it's going to be at flyweight?" But I'm like, you know, I'm just saying. But at the same time, I understand it can't be because it's a short notice fight. You know, Michelle Waterson said she wanted to make the weight. You know, she wanted to try to squeeze down and make it, but there's no need to kill herself for a fight that she's just taking on short notice. So I guess her husband agreed on that, and UFC felt like, let's just do this at 125 so you don't kill yourself shedding like 20 pounds at the last minute for a fight. You know, if you want to just take the fight as a main event, we can do it at flyweight, you know, so. Stanley said Conor Sky is going to do her blanket of death routine over Aldana. That fight will be, yeah, that fight. I'm not expecting anything explosive in that fight, really. You know, I mean, Aldana, you know, she's got hands. She's a good stand-up fighter. I like her boxing, but when you combine that with Kunitskaya, I don't know if it's going to be like this great fight. You know, it's not going to be like this explosive fight. I can see Kunitskaya wanting to use her jiu-jitsu in this fight and not want to really strike with it, because that's what she did in her last fight. If she had the better hands, it seemed like she should have just tried to outstrike and stand with Ketlin Berry, but she didn't do that, you know. See, I think this fight here is better. You know, Michelle Waterson, Marina Rodriguez is going to be a good fight. I mean, you know, a lot of people don't like Marina Rodriguez or Michelle Waterson, but, you know, it's a fight. It's a good fight, and I just think that Marina Rodriguez, you know, she does have the style that could score another knockout for her against Ribas. You know, she come in there, set up one of them big right hands on Michelle Waterson. Shoot, it might be lights out, but you know, Michelle Waterson, she's got the ground game. She's got the ground game, and that's all you really need is an ability to take Marina Rodriguez down and keep her down. Don't disrespect her striking. Though, like man, the Ebos did. You know, man, the Ebos came in there and just totally disrespected the striking in the second round. That's why she ate that big right hand and got, you know, stopped twice in the second round of their fight. To me, though, I was saying this earlier in my video, though, like I think if Marina Rodriguez wanted to fight, if she wanted to fight like a stay busy fight, if she's not on weight, do like a catch weight fight with somebody else. But I think they should have saved this fight for like the summer or something, because this is a good matchup. You know, it's you got two legit straw weights. You know, the number 6 and number 9 fighter fighting. You know, that could be nice little matchup for the strawweight division, and the fight means something for Michelle Waterson. You know, Michelle Waterson's number 9, and if she wants to like advance in the strawweight rankings, she needs to be fighting, the number 6 fighter. So why not just, you know, make this fight sometime in the summer? Like, I feel like there was too much significance on this fight. I mean, you could have put like 2 unranked fight, maybe give her like an unranked fighter, give maybe if it was Michelle Waterson on the main event, give her an unranked fighter or something like that. Or if it was just Marina Rodriguez, give her somebody unranked to flyweight. I think that would have worked out better. But you're kind of wasting a fight between 2 top 10 fighters here, where this probably would have looked better at strawweight. Like, do you think the weight's going to be that big a difference? I mean, I do. I think the weight will be. I think the weight's going to play a little bit of difference. I mean, you might see some. You might see some sluggishness in Michelle Waterson in this fight, or you might see Marina Rodriguez looking a little bit slower. Or not. Like, you might see Marina Rodriguez coming with more power. Like, that extra weight might make her punches a little bit harder. You know, she might be a little bit stronger. Or Michelle Waterson might be a little bit strong. I don't know. Like, what weight does Michelle Waterson walk around at? Probably like 135 or something, right? 130, 135. So I don't think like the weight is going to play, you know, like a great deal, because it's just like a 10-pound difference. I just, you know, don't think that it's, well, I know it's not going to really make any difference. It's whoever wins. Like, it's not going to push them up the rankings or anything. So Colton said, I can see Marina ripping Waterson to shreds with her strikes and her reach. Yeah, that could play out that way. You know, let's kind of match them up right now. Let's pull up their stats. What kind of reach advantage and height advantage does she have here? Let's see why that pulls up. Ebos and Hill, Robert, is an interesting fight. I think that's going to be. I think it's going to be good. I think that one's going to be good too. It's just time for Angela Hill, man, to step on the gas, man. It's time for her to step on the gas. You know, she's so. I hate to say stuck in one gear. You know, I just feel like Angela Hill got to step it up, because when she tries to go to these cards, she just winds up losing. Michelle Waterson, Claudia Gadelia. You know, she kind of cheats herself out of these wins. I mean, she can be outlanding these fighters, but you know, she's not sitting down on her punches, not landing anything effective. Waterson barely won against Hill. I got Marina. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that happening. Hug your opponent. Hug your opponent. Hug your opponent. Is that what I think is? Hug your opponent up against the cage. Show them that how much you love tapping with foot stomps and knees. All right, hold on here. Let's see. Michelle Waterson. Let's see. Yeah, 5'3", and her reach is 62 inches. And Marina Rodriguez is 5'6", 65-inch reach. So 3-inch height advantage, 3-inch reach advantage. Yeah, man. When you kind of look at that, we kind of look at it and match them up. I am kind of leaning. I'm going to lean towards Marina Rodriguez in this fight because, yeah, maybe with the added weight, it might add a little bit more pop to her shots, and I could see her using her length. As long as she can keep control of the center of the octagon, that's how Marina Rodriguez, wins the majority of her fights. And as long as she can keep it standing, like fighters that get in on her range and try to get her down, that's where she gets in trouble. Like if she can't get them front kicks off, and if she can't get front kicks off, and you can get in and into a clinch with her, and you can trip her and take her down, it's pretty much going to be a wrap that the majority of that round, because that's how Amanda Ebos did. That's how Carla Esparza did. They just take her down and try to ride it out that way. But if you come in respecting her power, like Cynthia Calvillo did, or if you're too short like Tisha Torres to really close that distance or get her timing down, then you'll be stuck on the outside. So to me, Michelle Waterson, it's got to be a fight where she got to use her own leg kicks to just slow down Marina Rodriguez and kind of throw her off. Start attacking that lead leg early so she won't try to throw it. And then time them, time any front kick she throws so she can grab it, go for that single leg takedown, and just really like ride rounds out on the ground. Michelle Waterson, I think, that's her main thing is her kicks. She has powerful head kicks and some good leg kicks. And I think she's pretty strong, so we'll see. I think she's, she has some decent strength, Saw how she was able to toss Rose in their fight a little bit. Rose just a much better fighter, but I think when she closes in here, she'll be much more effective. So can't hang on the outside because, that's how Joanna took her apart. So let's see. I mean, Marina Rodriguez got a pretty good resume too, man. Just going back and looking at her resume, only one loss, a couple of draws, that could have went her way. She has a very very good resume. Wow, I remember she was supposed to fight Claudia Gadelha, yeah, but that fight got canceled. I would have picked Marina Rodriguez in that fight too, though. Yeah, but for me, Michelle Waterson just got to close distance in this fight. You can't stay on the outside. Similar to how like the Loma fight was with Sam Hughes. You can't stay on the outside of a Muay Thai fighter. Don't stay on the outside trying to kick with them or strike from the outside. Close the distance and get the fight to the ground. And I think maybe with the added weight, Michelle Waterson might be a little bit more effective in her clinch work. She might be a little bit more, might have a little bit of strength added to her game where she can score takedowns a little bit easier. But like I said, Marina Rodriguez, with that added weight, it might add a little bit more pop to her shots. It might add a little bit more pop to that right hand. And you might see her getting the respect of Michelle Waterson early in this fight. Like if Michelle Waterson can't get her in there on that reach, man, you might see her get picked apart from the outside. But one thing, Marina Rodriguez, she's a very accurate striker. She can be a bit of a slow starter at times. Like she's not a volume puncher like Joanna. She's a Muay Thai fighter, but she's not a volume puncher like Joanna. She kind of picks her shots and she plays the counter puncher and she kind of reacts more. She throws those single hits. So that might play into Michelle Waterson's game. If she can time those attacks, her throwing one or two shots, then she can be the more aggressive fighter, and she can be the more busier fighter in these rounds and steal rounds that way. Outlanding Marina Rodriguez, with even just like little flurries, and then go in for takedowns and keeping Marina Rodriguez back to the fence. This will be a good fight, though, man. I think it's be good. Just don't want it to be a flyweight, but still, I think this will be a good fight. Y'all see it going the distance? I don't know, man. Marina versus Michelle. I can see this fight going the distance. I mean, it's only it ain't 3 rounds. It's 5 rounds. It's a main event. So yeah, Michelle Waterson, man, don't even have a title, but she fighting her second main event, and she fighting another 5-round fight. That's another thing that's going to come into play. Like, who's built for 5 rounds? Well, Michelle Waterson's been there before, in that fight against Angela Hill, which I felt Angela Hill did enough to win. But this will be Marina Rodriguez's first 5-rounder, right? That might come into play. Yeah, I must look at here. Yeah, this is her first 5-round fight, Marina Rodriguez. I think she has the style to go 5 rounds though, because like I said, she's not as busy, and that might play in her favor. Where she kind of starts off slow and then she kind of picks it up. So if she winds up losing like the first round or 2, she'll pick it up. Marina Rodriguez will be able to pick it up in 3, 4, and 5 as Michelle starts to slow down. Yeah, because let's see here. Yeah, Michelle Waterson 35 too. That comes into play too. 35, and depending on how long you fought. So we'll see if she has that type of gas to go 5 rounds with a hard striker, with a hard, tall striker that you got to stay on point with for 5 rounds. Marina Rodriguez 34 too, though. I think she's a bit of a younger 34 because she's hasn't taken as much punishment. She's only has 1 loss, and yeah, she just hasn't fought. Well, she's fought tough competition, but let's say she hasn't been on the losing end. So I think that Marina Rodriguez is still a little bit fresher at 34. Yeah, I think Waterson, her defense is I think it's decent against some strikers too. So it's hard to see her getting stopped in this fight. I already see her getting stopped in this one, but you never know though, man. Because I keep factoring in the 5 rounds. To be said, you think Michelle Waterson heavily relies on her taking her down, because if she's successful, they'll probably go 5. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, because she's gonna have to rely on that, to me, because you don't want to stay on the outside. You don't want to strike with a striker like that. That's a much harder hitter and a all around better striker. So you have to go in for takedowns and try to ride the round out, but might not go 5 too, because if Michelle Waterson finds that open, and she could get a submission win too. If she roughs her up and she finds that rear naked, if she gets the back, if she gets that triangle, she might get an armbar. Yeah, Cole said Waterson hasn't had a finish for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, I think definitely that comes into play with the competition that Michelle Waterson's been fighting. You know, we got to give it up to her. She's been fighting some tough competition, and that just shows you that the competition has been better. That's why she can't get these finishes, you know, knockouts or submissions, because the competition is tough as hell. You know, she wasn't going to submit somebody like Tisha Torres. I feel like Tisha Torres is too durable. Joanna, who she lost to, you ain't gonna submit her because she's too good. You know, she's too strong and she's not getting taken down. Even the fighters she beat, like Carolina, Felice, and Courtney, I feel like their stand up and their takedown defense and their strength was too much for her. Like, she just had to keep it standing. But in this fight here, she's gonna have to take it down to the ground because you're dealing with that long reach and that tall frame. And Marina Rodriguez, like I said, got power in the end of her shots. Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, she hadn't had a finish in four years. So, I mean, don't be surprised. This could be the one. I mean, if she knows like the holes in her game, but it's hard to say if she would actually be able to expose them and get past the power. You know? Do you think Loma could take Michelle Waterson? I don't think so. I got to give Michelle Waterson some credit there. I don't think so. I think Michelle Waterson has better hands and she has kicks. You know, I feel like Loma Labutni has kicks and clinch work. And I think you can kind of figure it out after a while, you know, and also kind of you can just kind of figure her style out. Like if you stay on the outside, she's going to throw a kick like a jab. You know, she's going to continue to throw that teep kick at your stomach. You know, she's going to throw those kicks to your body and your leg. You know, she's going to throw leg kicks. You know, she's going to be throwing those hard, intense shots. So if you can figure that out on how to get past those by fighting at a mid-range, you know, by stuffing her kicks, which I know Michelle Waterson probably could do, because she's going to try to match her kick for kick. I can see Michelle Waterson matching her kick for kick or trying to land something better or timing Loma. And you got to avoid the clinch. Now, I wouldn't see that as a fight where Michelle would try to take her down because, yeah, she does have good takedown defense. So I could see her just trying to use her hands and I could see her using punches and kicks to just outwork Loma Labutni. That's a lot of experience on Michelle Waterson's resume. I just can't say, oh, Loma's going to beat her like that. She got a lot of experience. She's dealt with fighters with more of an arsenal. So I just feel like Michelle Waterson's got enough to figure out what Loma has. You know, Loma's got a very dangerous clinch game, dangerous takedown defense, because she can reverse and throw you down. But even then, Michelle Waterson might be stronger in the clinch. You know, she's probably a little bit stronger because she's more of a strawweight than Loma is. You know, Loma's a little bit smaller. She should be fighting at 105, really. And again, just factoring in, once you get the timing down, you pop a jab in Loma's face, that's pretty much going to be your game plan. You know, pop the jab in her face, stay at a mid-range. And this fight might be similar. This Michelle Waterson fight, it might be similar with Marina Rodriguez. Might be similar to the Courtney Casey fight, you know, because, you know, she was dealing with the taller fighter in that one. You know, big longer fighter in that, where she had to stay on the outside. She was able to beat her. She was able to beat Courtney Casey. You know, Courtney Casey's like 5'8", 5'7", and a longer reach than Marina Rodriguez. So yeah, you got to factor that in. So Michelle Waterson, she's dealt with these big, tall strikers. I know Marina Rodriguez is much more polished with her hands. You know, she's a much straighter puncher and a better technical puncher than Courtney Casey. But, you know, that's kind of a fight you can kind of go back and look at and see what Michelle Waterson is going to do against a tall, long fighter, or try to do, let's say. But if Marina Rodriguez came with more of a style like Joanna, then I would say, oh no, Marina all day, because that tall, long that tall long fighter like Joanna's gonna keep the volume punching on you. You just can't get in because the shots aren't like, they're not like just pity pat shots. There's enough to knock you back. May not knock you out, but enough to knock you back. You know. Cole said Michelle Waterson is always at the top of the division, but she never really stands out as much. Her fights are never that exciting. No, like, yeah, she's been holding on to that spot, man. Like, she'll do enough to stay in there, but yeah, there have been like some she's never really been in like too many barn burners, so. Who should Holly Holm fight next after the fight with Juliana Pena? Who should Holly Holm fight after her fight with Juliana Pena fell through? I would have said Macy Chesson, but I think she's tied up to fight Aspen Ladd, right? So maybe Holly should fight. Who can Holly fight? Caitlin Vieira, probably. I mean, yeah, because there's nobody else really for her to fight. So Holly Holm versus Caitlin Vieira might just be like a stay busy fight. I know Caitlin's coming off the loss to Yana, but that would probably make sense. But yeah, let's see. I think it's gonna be a good fight though, man. Like I said, might see this fight going 5 rounds, but I'm gonna lean towards. Of course, if it's standing, I'm going towards Marina Rodriguez in this one. But watch, I don't know. Michelle might come up in there, just start taking her down every round, making it a boring fight for y'all. But she's gonna win it. Because I still don't know what the weight's gonna be like. How much that's gonna play in a factor. All right, well, let's see, man. Let's talk about this fight here real quick. Let's see what we got. Number non-top 10 fighters. Number 11, Amanda Ebos versus number 12, Angela Hill. This is like the third fight from the. I think it's the third fight from the main event. I think this is a good matchup for both fighters. This could turn into something explosive on the feet, or it could just turn into a wrestling match favoring Ebos. I think that this is a good comeback fight for Amanda Ebos, just for the reason that she needs a fight with somebody that's going to give her a test, somebody that's going to give her some good experience. And Angela Hill's been around for a minute now. She's fought just about everybody. Win or lose, Angela Hill's been in there, and I think it's going to be a test for Amanda Ebos, but at the same time, it's not going to be like a dangerous test where she has to worry about getting knocked out, because Angela Hill doesn't really pack that type of power, So it's kind of a safe fight, at the same time a test. So let's call it a safe test for Amanda Ebos. A test as far as her striking, to work on her striking, but it's safe because she doesn't have to worry about getting countered and knocked out by Angela Hill. But that might be her downfall though, because Angela Hill might stop you if she catches you with a counter punch. But I mean, she's not going to come out guns blazing. She's not going to land a big shot right away like Marina Rodriguez did, right? So that's why they want to give her this fight. But I think that Angela Hill, who I'm leaning more towards in this fight, I feel like she just has the experience to deal with whatever Ebos brings to the table now. I mean, like, from here, you can only go up or down. And I just kind of feel like Angela Hill is gradually growing as a fighter. Like, she's not skyrocketing to the top, but I feel like she is somewhat making some improvements, Like, if she wasn't, she wouldn't be here, right? Like, she's got to improve. That's the only way I can see it. Like, you just can't continue to keep falling and stay in the UFC. They're going to have to get rid of you sooner or later. She has been making some improvements in her game. The thing is, like I said, they're gradual improvements. That's why she's still getting the short end on some of these decisions, because she's not winning convincingly. where these judges they don't know how to score sometimes. So if they want to play favorite, they're just going to go ahead and give the win to the favorite. That's how they do. So from Angela Hill, I just feel like there needs to be a time where she needs to say, I'm not going to win on cards. I got to become a knockout artist. I got to become a submission artist, Because when was her last finish? Her last finish was it Hannah Cyphers and Ariane Carnelossi, right? Last year, she stopped both of them. She stopped both of those opponents. And to me, that should have told her, like, this is something I got to start working on. Like, whether it be Carla Esparza, not Carla Esparza, but Claudia Gadelha or Michelle Waterson. Because let's see, she stopped. Who she stopped? Angela Hill. And Ariane Carnelossi, she stopped. And Hannah Cyphers, who she stopped in one round, which that's not really like a big it's not really like a big statement on a resume. It's like a knockout, but yeah, because Angela Hill fought 4 times last year. Wait a minute, hold on. No, Angela Hill fought hold on. Yeah, she fought 4 times last year. And her last stoppages were Ariane Carnelossi back in 2019 and Hannah Cyphers. And then she had those 2 close losses to Claudia and Michelle Waterson, and a unanimous decision over Ashley Yoder. And I want to look at that fight real quick and just kind of base that off of what might cause Angela Hill to lose this fight, because she kind of carries her opponent. I don't know if you agree with me on that. I think that she kind of carried her opponent in Ashley Yoder in that last fight, because she was teeing off on Ashley Yoder, but she just couldn't stop her. Like, did she not have the power, or was she just not trying to? Was she not trying hard enough? And she was just not trying to stop her. That's why I say, if you let somebody like Ribas into this fight, the longer Ribas stays in this fight, she's going to be dangerous. And see, Marina Rodriguez knew that, right? Marina Rodriguez, she knew that. So after a rough first start for Marina Rodriguez, she lost the first round. She came back in that second round, started circling, using her lateral movement a little bit more, as Amanda Ribas came in, and she set up a beautiful right hand to knock Ribas out. She didn't want to make the fight close anymore, so she went in with the big shot, and she landed something big. And that's what Angela Hill is going to have to do to win this fight. At this point, that's what she's going to have to do to really win. I mean, even if she was to try to win a decision by outworking Amanda Ribas, you don't want to take that chance and leave it into the judge's hands at this point. Really, you don't, especially for Angela Hill. You got to go in there and start looking for a way to stop these girls. And her, for Amanda Ribas, this situation might be similar, because she might have to go in there and just do what I said Michelle Waterson has to do. She's gonna have to go in, fight in the clinch, make it a rough fight, fight behind her jab. I think Amanda Ribas has a little bit more power than Angela Hill. There's a little bit more authority behind her jab. Like, it was very effective in the Mackenzie Dern fight. Like, her jab is very straight down the pipe. She throws it with assertiveness. So I could see that being effective on knocking Angela Hill off balance and, getting her into where she needs to be, which is in the clinch and on the ground. Because, I think this fight favors her, Amanda Ribas, on the ground. I just feel like her groundwork is much better. I know Angela Hill's been working on her takedown defense, but I think Amanda Ribas is a little bit better, in my opinion, on the ground. All right, let's see here. Match these two up here real quick. I just want to see what type of reach Angela Hill has in this fight. Angela Hill. Let's see. Angela Hill has a 64.5-inch reach, and she stands at 5'3". I thought she was like 5'4". She's 5'3". 3. Okay, they're both 5'3". Yeah, Ribas has a 66-inch reach. So yeah, that's gonna come into play, man. If she throws a nice jab straight down the pipe, that's gonna come into play. Like I said, she got a little bit more pop on them punches when she lets them go. Might be an interesting stand-up fight, man. Might see some trading in there if she thinks she can take Angela Hill's shots. Like I said, Angela Hill don't need to be trading, man. She just needs to be trying to fight to stop or fight to win, man. You know, just fight to, you know, just completely outstrike and outpoint her. Yeah. Much better on the ground, man. Just levels above. So that's got to be Angela Hill's thing, man. Keep this fight standing. Yeah, because all these Brazilian fighters, that's their thing. You know, they that's where they start off at. So as long as you're Brazilian, you know you coming in with that jiu-jitsu. You coming in with that jiu-jitsu. So that's got to be her game plan, and it has to be Angela Hill's game plan to keep it standing, man. Except for Marina Rodriguez, though, right? When it comes to jiu-jitsu, like it's not really her thing, though. Hers is stand-up. I don't know. Let me think here. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go with Angela Hill in this fight. I think she can win this fight. I think if she just uses her movement, her lateral movement, and she just keeps this fight moving, and she just tries her best to outwork and throw more jabs and throw those overhand rights as she throws, and make sure she just stays away from the clinch work and staying away from the inside with Amanda Ribas. I think Angela Hill could win this fight. To be Ribas's stand-up skill from a 1 to 10. Let me see. From a 1 to 10. Let's see. 1 to 10. Amanda Ribas's skill from 1 to 10. I'm gonna say it's in the middle. I'm gonna say it's a 5. Yeah. I'm gonna say it's like maybe 6. I might say it's like between a 5 and a 6, maybe 5. That just shows you how at the time Mackenzie Dern's stand-up was. Like Mackenzie Dern's stand-up wasn't, hers was like a 3 or a 4 when they fought. I mean, her jab is good. Like I like her jab. I do gotta like her jab. So, but other than that, like I don't know. Let me think, because something about her footwork is questionable, but at the same time, it looks effective. I don't know if it's just like effective because it's so awkward. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, like the way she kind of zigs and zags, Amanda Ribas. I guess I'm being really, really stingy with it, because to be like a 7 and up, you gotta have some decent work. You gotta be really decent. I'm gonna stay somewhere between like a 5 and a 6. I think Angela Hill's stand up is like a 7. Yeah, I'm gonna say like a 7. Because we start talking 8, 9, and 10, I'm thinking like Alexa Grasso. I'm talking like Alexa Grasso, Rose, Joanna. That's them higher level strikers up in that 8, 9, 10. Marina Rodriguez. So yeah, I gotta say like Ribas falls somewhere in the middle there, like 5 and 6. Ground game is through, going into this fight, scale that thing at like an 8.5, 8.5 or almost a 9. Yeah. Um, yeah, BJ, not BJ. Yeah, stamina. Yeah, stamina. Arujo has a ground game. I think she has like a black belt or something. She just don't really use it, but she has one. But yeah, like the other fighters, yeah, like Marina, yeah, I'm find that interesting. She's more of a Muay Thai fighter. And yeah, Cachoeira, she's like a brawler. Luana Carolina's more of a Muay Thai fighter. Um, but Arujo, if I'm remembering off top, she has a black belt. And I think it was showing in the Roxanne fight. Like she chose to stand, but she knew how to like fight off of Roxanne's takedowns in that fight. Let me look it up here real quick. I think she is a black belt. I want to say black belt. When I heard she was a black belt, I was like, wow, okay, this girl might be onto something if she can work on her cardio. Let's see. Viviana Arujo. Yeah. She's a black belt. Yeah, Viviana Arujo just chooses to stand, but she's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, because I remember when I was doing research on her fight with Roxy, I found that out. So I was like, wow, yeah. She just chooses to stand most of the times. But yeah, fighters like Cachoeira and so on, yeah, they just like throw them hands and slug. So yeah, Angela Hill, man, I think that. Wait a minute. Yeah, yeah, you can look it up there too. Yeah, because I looked on Tapology, and I looked up some information over there, and they like a couple months ago, and they said she was a black belt. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, she just like chooses to stand. So I think Ebos, she could be like that too, man. She could just work on her hand game, develop her hands because they're not that far behind. Like I think if she just adds a few more things to her game, she could jump from a 5 quickly to like a 7. I just really couldn't see her standing like at all. Like with Marina Rodriguez, like Marina Rodriguez just had too good of a jab, and her stance is just very, very intimidating to me. Marina Rodriguez. Let's see. All right. I was just looking at something here, looking at some clips here. But yeah, man. I think we got some good fights coming up here. Good one good strawweight fight, one good flyweight fight. Um, yeah. Last thing I want to just run through here real quick before I jump off of here, because I am gonna jump off in like 10 minutes today. Um, yeah, I was reading that article, Dana White saying he wanted to end the featherweight division. So what was it he said? But Amanda Nunes was saying, no, she still wants to keep it. She's like, she still wants the division to stay around. Here you go. Dana White's trying to kill women's featherweight division, but Amanda Nunes won't let him. So Amanda said Dana wants to end this division, but I told him that as long as I'm champion, I want it open. I think the issue with featherweight is talent. I think it's hard to find talented girls in the division. I could be wrong, but we're seeing that the girls that fought Chris needed a little bit more. Not that they're bad athletes, but they needed some work. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. But then you got talented bantamweights that need to be at 145. Those are the ones that kind of been ignoring. She said, I'll wait. I'm sure they will find someone. They did that with Chris, brought in girls from God knows where to fight her. And even bantamweights will move up in weight so they get more comfortable. It's better that way for me. Having an actual division or not, it doesn't matter to me. Huh. Well, they're not really girls that were bantamweights. I mean, they were featherweights that needed to be at that weight, right? They really were featherweights. They just had the featherweights move down to bantamweight, so they're not naturally bantamweights. They had a division. Or they forget the tough house all of a sudden. I mean, saying they didn't have enough talent. I mean, they brought in some promising young ladies back almost 3 or 4 years ago. You know, to be said, I kind of feel like that. I kind of feel like the weight that having black belts carry in MMA really varies on a large scale because someone like Jillian had Maverick's back, who's a brown belt and couldn't finish. Um, I guess it all comes down to how you apply it and how you execute it. If you can't keep a much physically strong athlete down, then it's not really going to be effective because they might be throwing strikes at the same to they might be throwing strikes, or they might be throwing kicks to kind of slow that down, that BJ that jujitsu process down. It's not all grappling. Is Marina Rodriguez the worst possible style matchup for Mackenzie Dern? Um, she might be the second. She might be the second. I would say the first is Joanna. I think Joanna would be one of the worst style matchups for Mackenzie Dern right now. And some people want to see her in there. I'm like, no, I don't want to see Joanna in there with. I don't want to see Mackenzie Dern take on Joanna. That fight might actually be the worst style for her, Colton. It's like between those two, I say that Joanna would be more so because she's going to be throwing high volume punches and she's going to be cracking her with the jab all day, and she's really going to make her look bad with her jab and her low kicks. So yeah, Joanna would be a much worse style for Mackenzie Dern right now at this point. Yeah, she's number 5, but she's not ready for that fighter yet. I don't think. Marcus Daniel doesn't see any value in the featherweight. He don't see the value in it, man. Mhm. Yeah, she want to collect 2 checks. Yeah, man, the division's already. Yeah, like I mean, what she said, didn't really. What she's saying doesn't really hold weight because it's like you saying they got bantamweights moving up to fight at featherweight. Nah, these are actual featherweights that were going down to 135, but they really need to come back to 145. She's got it in reverse. And she didn't even mention the fact that they had a tough house at a time where those girls were in a better place than some of the girls they signed. Like, the girls they had from the tough house were a little bit more developed than some of the girls they signed. Like, Leah Letson by now, Leah Letson, Bea Malecki, Mace Chason, Stoya Ranko, all of those girls probably would have been in a better place now 3 or 4 years later, maybe not, but they're better than the ones that came over just with the first signing, like Norma Dumont and Dos Santos. They were still a little underdeveloped, and then they throw them in there with like the championship level fighters. So that was kind of messed up on his part. Like that was just another bad move. So Yeah. She's right about that part though. Yeah, like you talking about the Leslie Smith and Tanya Evinger fight, stuff like that. Like Tanya Evinger, Leslie Smith, Yana Kunitskaya off top. Those are career bantamweights. Yeah, she's right on that part. But as far as saying they didn't have any talent from the jump, they had plenty of talent that was in development. You know. Ravioli said Marina's so bad on the ground. Yeah, I hope she's working. I hope she's working on that ground game. Fighting off of her back, man. Yeah, man. Uh, by now, Holly, she could just be a career featherweight. GDR could be a career featherweight, but she didn't want that cyborg fight, so we know how that went. Yeah, but yeah, man, the Nunes, she definitely earned it, man. She definitely earned it. I mean, speaking of Nunes, I know a lot of talk, a lot of interviews. A lot of these interviews have been brought up. A lot of these interviews been coming up of Nunes and Valentina fighting again. I mean, I don't know, man. Personally, I know they're both at the top, but I don't really want to see that fight, honestly, man. I mean, what do y'all think? Y'all want to see a Nunes versus Valentina 3? Nunes versus Shevchenko 3? I know it's like a mental war with these two fighters, but I really don't want to see that fight. I guess I just feel like, if you did beat a person 2 times, whether it was a knockout or whether it was very, very, very close decision, that's just how it goes sometimes. If you went 2-0 with the person, it's not going to be a barn burner. Like the casual fans that do want to see Valentina fight Nunes again, I just kind of feel like they want to see her kill Nunes and knock Nunes out, but that's not that type of fight. It's not that type of fight. It's always going to be a chess match. That's how good they are. It's like me. Like, I know this is the fight game, but if I barely pass like a calculus exam, like some of these exams I've taken, if I barely pass like one of these exams, do you really think I want to go back through that pain and retake it again, man? Like if I went through it once, if I passed it, I'm like, I'm done with that. I'm gonna just hold it up and say, yeah, I gotta give it props about kick my ass, but I won. I still came out on top, It's just one of those things, man. Like it's one of the hardest things you dealt with in life, but you beat it. You beat it. You don't have to keep revisiting. That could be your downfall when you got to keep revisiting that one thing 2 or 3 times when you already beat it. That might be the downfall. That 3rd time will be the charm. That's why I just say I personally don't want to see that fight again, because I'm like, it's not going to turn into what people think it's going to be. It's never going to be like an all-out massacre. It's not going to be an all-out war. You're just going to be in for another chess match, and then people will complain again and say, "Oh, that fight, Valentina won. She won." 2 is enough for me, and yeah, just off a style matchup too. If I'm like a promoter, just off of promoting entertaining fights, I'll say they did it 2 times already. That's enough, man, because it's not winning over crowds. Crowds aren't paying for chess matches. Look, I love a chess match. I love a chess match too, but running 3 chess matches back to back with the same 2 champions, I don't really think that's gonna, play into the fans, and I don't think it's going to bring out a lot of fans. That's just me. That's why I say it's just some situation where Nunes and Shevchenko just going to have to kind of not necessarily share that mountaintop, because the Nunes is there, but Valentina is just going to be right there. One of the best technical fighters, in the game, but there's always going to be somebody, man. There's always going to be somebody. I mean, Cat beat Nunes way back, and Nunes is never going to be able to right that wrong because there's no purpose in that fight anymore. I know that's different, but there's just certain things you got to live with. You got to live with being knocked out by her, or was Alexis Davis, and Those are wrongs she'll never be able to right. So could never come up and beat Nunes in both of those fights. I mean, hey, at least you didn't get knocked out. You know, you did give her a tough fight 2 times. What y'all saying here in the chat? Cole said Megan Anderson could go to PFL and fight Kayla Harrison. Yeah, she could, man. Like she could go to that weight. You know, 155 would be good for her. Like Megan Anderson 155 would probably look better than 145, you know, because that's a big girl. You know, tall, got size on her, so 155 would be a good size. Daniel Wolf is the only fighter who can beat Amanda. That YouTuber needs to stay. Who said that, man? Somebody said Daniel Wolf could beat Amanda. Oh, somebody getting blocked. Well, if you come over here and tell me that, you get blocked. And I don't really block people. I haven't really had to yet, so I'm just if you say, come on, Daniel Wolf beating Amanda. Cole said he would watch a third fight. Okay, all right. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't watch it if it came on. I'm not one of the ones calling for it. I'm not petitioning for that fight. To be said, what if Valentina put her career on the line, like she said, if you beat me, I'll retire. That's kind of her choice. I don't, you know, that would just be her choice. That's basically saying, if you beat me, I quit. When there's other things you can prove. I don't think that's a good idea. That's not really going to make it enticing. I don't see that as enticing. I don't think Nunes would want to end her career like that. I mean, that's really her choice. Like if we said that I was Nunes and she said, "Look, if you beat me again, I retire." I'd be like, "I already beat you twice." That's all she got to say, you know. I just don't. Yeah, I just don't see it being. Stammer said alluring. Yeah, alluring. Yeah. If that fight happens between Nunes and Valentina, you need 2 blankets and 2 pillows to go to sleep. I'm telling you, man. You know that's gonna be worse than any Carla fight, Marcus. So you talk about Carla, no, that's gonna put you to sleep, boy. If you like watching golf, then the Earth fight with Nunes for you. I liked playing golf when I played it, but I don't like watching it. Yeah, the likely stoppage for either fighter is very unlikely. Yeah, nobody's getting stopped in that fight. That's all that people want to see that fight for. Like, if you look at a lot of comments on some of these videos with Valentina's interviews, they're all saying Valentina's going to stop her in this third fight, or Valentina's going to whoop her ass in this third fight. But it's not going to be like that. Like, they're hoping this fight turns into some type of knockout win or some type of fight of the year, but it's not going to be like that, man. You saying that Amanda's falling off and Valentina is still improving, so a third fight would be. I can't say Amanda's falling off. I can't say Amanda's falling off. Underwater golf. Cindy has a good chance against Kayla Harrison. Cindy Danwar has a good chance. Yeah, Cindy Danwar has a. Well, she got to get past Caitlin Young. I'm riding with Caitlin Young. You know, that's my girl. I got to go over Caitlin Young against Cindy Danwar. I mean, I like both fighters though. Don't get me wrong. I like both, but you know, I've been a long time Caitlin Young fan. You know, from I'm talking the very beginning of MMA. You know, and I always wanted to see Caitlin Young, you know, get a belt. So I want to see Caitlin Young go in there and put hands on Kayla Harrison at some point. All right, what is this? Let me click on that. Hold on. Damn, can't open that link. Robert said nothing beats Carla when it comes to a good night's rest. Shoot, you had a long day. You had a long day at work. Just put put on a caller fight. Long day at work. Put on your caller fight, man, and you good to go. Put on that caller fight. You know, it's like when you put on the we put on the ocean sounds. No, let me stop, man. Tubi said the YouTuber only claims she's the last person left at 145. I have a feeling if Kayla Harrison suffers a bad loss, she's going to take it really hard. It's possible. It's possible. Pacheco is supposed to, they might run into each other again. So, I mean, it's about time. I mean, if Pacheco takes her on again, she should be able to crack it this time and beat her. I mean, I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to open this link up. Hold on. Maybe it opens on my phone. Open this link Stamina sent. Oh, okay. I see it. The only woman left for Nunes to fight, Danielle Wolf. Yeah, maybe there's. Yeah, it said the only woman left for her to fight. It's not saying she's gonna beat her. It's just saying, there's such a barren division that it's the only person left for her to fight. Like, I'll give him that. Like, I'm not gonna say anything like, oh, like he's saying only threat. He just says the only person left, going by the title. That's all I'm getting from it. Like, the only person left, basically just saying there's nothing left in the division to fight. She's beat everybody. Sarah Kaufman is in PFL, right? She's not in this league though, is she? Who does Rose fight after Yawn or Carla? If she beats the winner of that fight, then Rose should probably be fighting. Depends on what happens with Zhang Wei Li. Like, if Zhang Wei Li gets another fight and wins her fight, then Zhang should be lined up for a rematch. No need to hold it off. I mean, give her another fight, and then after that, she wins that, then Zhang should be back in the running. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I was just looking at the video. I just said, man, maybe he means this. Like, maybe he likes it. Maybe he's a fan of Daniel Wolf. That's why he made it. I mean, let's see. Yeah, she's a good fighter. Yeah, Sarah Kaufman's a good fighter. Yeah, she's just not anywhere right now, though. She's not in PFL anymore, right? So, yeah, she was Colton. Yeah, she was in the PFL tournament. Yeah. Tubi's Marcus Afro's starting to turn into an Afro, right? Hey, Marcus ain't gonna let that go, man. Hold on, let me pull that picture up again. She's got the Afro. Yeah, that was a pretty bad eye poke too. I was just looking at Randa's eye, having to have stitches on there. On the eyelid. Could Ronda Rousey do well if she came back today? I don't think so. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I just think that anybody that would hold that belt beats her at 135. GDR would beat her. I see Juliana Pena beating her. Valentina Shevchenko at 135 would beat her. Of course, Holly Holm beat her. Amanda Nunes already beat her. So um, anybody with good hands would probably beat her. Macy Chiasson is pretty damn strong. Like, let's say if Macy Chiasson was already in the top 5, I think she would have enough strength to really like hold Ronda off and down. Well, not even down, but just like fight her in the clinch. You know how she does, and the way she switches stances. I think even Macy Chiasson would probably beat her. Yeah, I think Juliana Pena would beat her. I do. Yeah, too much. Yeah, too many fighters have been developing their hands now. Like the game's changed since she was champion. The past 4, 5, 6 years, the game has changed big time. The game has been changing. That's why she's not really gonna be able to survive being just a judoka. I mean, that's why you see Luana Pinheiro trying to develop her hands. Like she's not just coming in as a judoka. She's not, and who else? Name crossed my mind, just lost it. But yeah, Luana Pinheiro, she, like I said, they trying to say her she's she could be the next Ronda Rousey, but I don't think she would want to be. She want to be her own fighter because you just can't be a judoka in there. You gotta have hands. Joe Jua. What about Joe Jua? I was just looking at something. I thought so. You're thinking of Joe Jua? No, no, Luana Pinheiro. Sorry, did I say Joe Jua? I thought I said Luana Pinheiro. No, I wasn't thinking of her. No. All right, y'all. But let me see. Get ready to rock out of here. Got to go do some stuff. So yeah, man. What is it we were talking about? Just zoned out again. PFL. Yeah, PFL is Thursday, man. So I'm gonna definitely be tuning into that. Got PFL going down Thursday, man. So it's ESPN Plus, right? Dang, it starts early too. I think 5:30 p.m. Damn. 5:30 to 9 o'clock. Damn, hold on. Wait a minute. Is that it? Hold on. Yeah, Lolita. I was talking a little bit about. Yeah, we did talk about it. I did talk about it already. We were just talking about what Amanda Nunes said, and um, we were talking about how it's somewhat right. Like some of the things she said is right. Like Stamina said about them bringing up some bantamweights to fight Cyborg, but I disagree with Amanda saying there was no girls for her to fight or like there's no talent that could hang. But like I said, there was enough talent 4 years ago that they could have been developing in their featherweight division. Because Amanda Nunes said she wants it to stay around. She don't want to end the division. Yeah, so that's what we were talking about. I mean, I'm gonna come back and talk about it because I see Chelsea over here. She's sharing my picture on Instagram too. So like I said, I tagged Dana and I was like, yo, you got to sign these girls. You got to sign Pam. You got to sign Chelsea. You got to sign, um, who else did I put on there? Well, I told him you need to have these other girls move up. Valerie Loreda's fight on the 7th. Who is she fighting again? Valerie Loreda fighting. Valerie Loreda is like number 10. Ain't she like number 9 in the division? Oh, Hannah Guy. That's who she's fighting. Oh, that fight was on the 21st, Colton. I think it might be a fight she wins. Yeah, it's on the 21st, not the 7th. Stamp Fairtex. I think so. I think maybe like one or maybe like in another couple fights she could sign, but I don't I don't know if she'd want to. Yeah, Hannah Guy fight is on the 21st. Yeah. Uh how good is Valerie Loreda? It's still too early to tell, man. Like people aren't really basing her fighting skills off her fighting skills. They're basing it off her popularity, and I don't think she's decent for what she is, but I don't think she's really like dangerous yet. Like I don't see her like taking that belt yet or anything like that. Like I don't see her right now as dangerous to like the belt in Bellator like Taylor Santos could be to the UFC belt, flyweight belt. You know what I mean? Like I think fighters like that are a little bit over her. Like I'm not really like wowed by her yet. Like when I see her fighting, I'm not wowed like I am when I see Manon Fiorot fighting, on her way up, and I see something in her right now. I think Valerie Related, she still got a lot of work to go. She still got a lot of work to do, man. Like it's almost like with Ryan Garcia, in boxing, like he's just popular. He's just really popular. There's still a lot of work for him to do. Like people are basing it off of his popularity. Um, Valerie Laredo is kind of in the same situation. Her popularity is way over her skill set. Like, not saying she's a bad fighter at all, no, but it's not on the same level to where people think she should be champion already. People that know her think she could be champion just because they don't know any other fighter. Just casual fans know her, so they think, oh, she's the best. Like I was listening to a boxing channel the other day, and they tried to say Valerie Laredo is a champion. I was like, get out of here, man! You don't know. That's why I don't even like when boxing people talk about MMA because they don't know. Like somebody actually said Valerie Laredo was a champion. She is not a champion. Mm. If how would she do against Macy Barber? That's a fight. See, that's a fight where I feel like she could win. Like I feel like she could win that fight because I just know that she's not going to stand and brawl. Like she does have some decent things about her. Some decent moves. Good right hand. She definitely got good right hand, but that's still a little tough to say, man. Like Macy's, I'm not going to downplay Macy's skill when it comes to fighting a fighter like her either. Like I think Macy would have a chance in that fight, good chance. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to keep Macy off you. Like Macy got a lot of heart. You see Alexa Grasso, better skill set than both of them, but when it came down to that last round, Macy almost came back and got it right. So I still think Macy might have a bit more of an edge there. I'm gonna give her a little bit more of an edge. Yeah, Stammen said Macy would punch a hole in Valor later. Hey, he raw with it, man. See, he telling you how he feels. Yeah, I can't disagree with that either, because I just feel like Macy has dealt with much harder competition, and she's a dog. Yeah, like Marcus would say, put the like Marcus said, put the afro. He said you need the afro pick now. Yeah, just put the afro pick on there. Yeah, man. But what else? What else we got? Keep pulling this PFL schedule takes forever to pull up. I just wanted to pull it up and see. I know I thought I went through it yesterday, but I just really wanted to see um who they had matched up for Kayla Pacheco this time around. I didn't see her matched up yet. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. Pacheco is fighting that girl Pagic, Julia Pagic, 3-0 from Germany. She's got some real scars on her body too. That girl Pagic, she's got like almost looks like a bear claw. I don't know if that's a tattoo, but it's red like a real. I mean, I never see a tattoo done that way, so it looks it looks real, like a real bear claw. I mean, she has tattoos, but I can see the difference between a tattoo and what a scar looks like. So uh, let's see. I think the last girl, Valerie later fought work full time as a Hooters waitress, so her competition doesn't seem to be too stiff. Does she? Did she? I didn't think she did. Yeah, probably that. Yeah, yeah, Lolita, like scarification. Yeah, but it doesn't really look like it's done in the fashion of a actual tattoo. Like the one on her side looks like a bear claw, and then I guess there's some other ones on her arm. So yeah, I guess it's that scarification. Yeah, her competition should be stiff. She can't count on pro fights on one hand, but while she learns, we have no real reason to care. Yeah. I don't. Like right now, I'm not really gonna put Valerie Laredo and like on the radar yet. She's still working. Like she's doing what she need to do right now, but I think a lot of people are just overhyped by her just because of what she looks like. So because she's in the top 10 in Bellator's flyweight division, but I think there's gonna be a lot of tough competition out there for her though. You know, the one with Bruna Ellen, I think Kate Jackson would be tough for her. Alejandra Lara would be tough for Valerie Laredo. Somebody mentioned Watanabe earlier, I think. But except Watanabe ain't got no hands, she ain't got no defense. So I don't know. That might be a fight where Valerie Laredo could use some good movement and land some big shots. Because Watanabe, boy, like their hands would be low, man. She be taking punches. Mary, what's going on? She said she wished the featherweight division would keep going. Yeah, I do too. I think it will. I think it will because Amanda says she wants to keep doing it, so it's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's really not going to go anywhere. I don't think. Hopefully, they just sign some more ladies. Tracy or Macy? Oh, you mean Macy 2Bs? Yeah, Macy Barber. Yeah, Macy Barber got a decent resume though. Like, yeah, yeah. I mean, she lost to tough fights, like the fighters with veteran skills. But yeah. Other than that, oh, you mean Tracy Cortez? Oh, yeah, yeah. Tracy does too. Yeah, Tracy Cortez has a better resume. Tracy Cortez beat Aaron Blanchfield. She beat Agapova. I know y'all want to downplay that one, but she beat Agapova. Um, who else did she beat? She beat some up and comers on her way up. She beat some prospects. Yeah, Tracy Cortez got a better resume, no doubt. Oh yeah, Vanessa Mello, Stephanie Edgar. Yeah, yeah, she's got some good wins on her resume. I think she's a little bit past uh um Laredo as of right now. Michael Bisping said like 2 days ago that he got some insider scoop that the featherweight division will be no more. Uh, Norma Dumont was reported as saying as she has a fight in July at 145. So who knows? Might still be a thing. I think it'll still be a thing. Like maybe with what Amanda is saying is countering what Dana's saying. Dana might not get rid of it. So, and I mean, you still got the Danielle Wolf fight and Felicia Spencer fight. So, that what's the purpose of having that fight? You still have Dos Santos in the division too. Well, they tried to move her to 135, but that didn't work out. So she's still there. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. As long as she stays and defends it, I don't think he's gonna make it go anywhere. Yeah, Marcus, it does. Like the smaller cage does favor knockout artists and submission artists. I mean, almost like in boxing. I mean, that's what's going on in boxing right now. Billy Joe Saunders is trying to pull out his Canelo fight because of the ring is too small. He's a boxer, so he likes to move his feet, and he's complaining about the ring. He said if they didn't get the right ring, he's gonna he's gonna pull out of the fight. I mean, the more and more you make it into a phone booth, yeah, that's going to favor the puncher or the ground fighter. What's next for Jennifer Maya? Oh, Jessica I, right? Yeah, Jessica I. Yeah, Jessica I. That fight's on the horizon. Wolf Spencer's in a couple of weeks. I think that's what he was referring to. Is it? Okay, but then yeah, Norma Dumont might have a fight at 145, so I guess not. Yeah, I think the Jennifer Maya fight, Jessica I fight, that's gonna be good. I'm favoring Jennifer Maya, but I think like I know how a lot of people feel. Seeing Jessica I on that losing end makes it a good fight. Yeah, Mary. Bantamweight division for a while, it just became that was a real ghost town. You know what I mean? Like everybody was out, uh, pregnant, yeah, injured. Caitlin Various started off with momentum, then she got injured. Man, I don't know why it's so hard to make the featherweight division. They make it seem like there's no talent at all, but there are women out there that can fight in the division. I don't see what the problem is. They make it seem like they can't find anybody. Like they just make it seem like it has to go. because there's no talent whatsoever. But there's like a lot of women that could fight at featherweight. You know, the women that kill themselves to make bantamweight, number one. Hmm. Do y'all think? Let me see. Do y'all think with the lack of competition at featherweight, do you think it's kind of making Amanda Nunes just kind of sit idle with her skills, or she's? Do you think she is getting better, or do you think she's just sitting idle? Well, I mean, if that is the case, I'm just saying like Valentina Shevchenko doesn't have like great competition at flyweight either. You know, like those girls don't really stand a chance. The same as the girls don't stand a chance at featherweight against Nunes, right? As of right now, you know. I think some of the one girls like in their strawweight or atomweight division, as they call it, I think they would fare well in the UFC strawweight division. Actually, yeah, I think some of those some of the one ladies they would do well. I was just going back and looking at some of these fighters, and I was like, yeah, man, like these girls are good, man. There's some exciting fighters here. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I can't. Some people, yeah, what were you saying? Somebody earlier said that Valentina was getting better, whereas Nunes was not getting any better. But I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's the same because Amanda is better than everybody else. Same way Valentina is better than everybody else. So you can't really say everybody is like making them step up. Go ahead and block him. Go ahead and block him for me, Stammer. Go ahead and block him. I wasn't even gonna read that, man, because I ain't paying attention to that. Yeah, so you can block him for that one. Get him up out. Just playing. Macy is future bare knuckle boxing champion. Yeah, Macy could be a bare knuckle boxer. I still got to come. I'm gonna do a show like that, man. I'm gonna talk about who could be a bare knuckle boxer, man. Because who do we got? We got Rachel going to bare knuckle boxing. We got Pearl. They just signed another Muay Thai fighter or jiu-jitsu fighter to bare knuckle boxing. Paige and Rachel is supposed to fight. But let's talk about I want to go back and talk about some fighters that could really come in there and do some damage. Like Macy Barber versus Paige. I think Macy would go in there and do some work, boy. That right hand would be destroying faces. That might be where Macy needs to go part time. Macy needs to go over there part time, man. Yeah, Robert Block party. Mary said, "How does one create a fair division between different sized women?" Uh, what do you mean between Amanda and Valentina? Lolita said, Amanda's still young, and I think she still has the hunger. Even if she gets out of shape, she can still snap back. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, like she can still fight, man. Like people think." just because she doesn't have the same mannerisms as Valentina Shevchenko, I still think Amanda Nunes, she takes this thing seriously. Like she takes the fight game seriously. You know, I think people they get so caught up in not liking Amanda Nunes that they forget. Like I said, me from outside looking in from both fighters, just judging the fight. You know, I'm not favoring Amanda. I'm not favoring Valentina. I just feel like Amanda's got her gifts, and Valentina's got hers. Like Amanda's got her approach to winning and getting under people's skin, and you know, going in there and being a killer, and it works for her. Even if like people say, she might be a little out of shape, she comes in fight night in shape, and she comes in with the right hand that'll lay your behind out. Oh, they don't do weight cuts. Oh yeah, yeah, okay. They put hydration requirements in place and conduct several weigh-ins towards the fight to have people much closer to their real weight. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what they should do. Like they you know, they need to stop with these horrible weight cuts trying to kill somebody, especially these women, you know, they need to stop doing that. So just make something like where they can fight closer to their weight. I think that's why one, their atom weight division is the atom weight division. It's 105. I mean, see, it's 115. You know, they just have a different name, but it's like this is as small as we go. Like, is there something lower than that? Are they calling it something else, a microweight or something? I think. Yeah, man. I was laughing at Marcus. Let me see. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's so it helps. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Microweight. Thank you. Yeah, microweight. That's what they call it. Microweight is. I mean, what do y'all think? Mary and Lolita, y'all came in a little bit later. Like, do you, Mary, or do you, Lolita, do y'all want to see a third fight with Valentina and Amanda? Yeah, Jackie Bunton. Yeah, I saw her, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's one to keep an eye out for. Robot chicken sucker. I don't got heartburn. I'm kind of I'm sitting at my desk and I'm slouching at my desk right now. So I'm leaning on one side right now. I'm getting a little tired. So I was just leaning on my side in my office. So I don't have heartburn. So you might hear me groan every now and then because I'm just like leaning. So Lolita said, not really. Okay. Lolita wants to see Lamos smash Claudia Gadelia. J Ball, what's going on? J Ball said, to be honest, no, because whoever loses will lose their aura. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Jackie Bunton was fighting the other night in the Muay Thai fight. That same card that Colby Northcutt was on. I want to say, was it last week? Yeah. Let me see here. I wouldn't mind watching them fight a third fight because because that's an interesting and close fight to me. It makes it much more investable emotionally because of so much tension between the skills of the two. Yeah, I could see that part too. Like, I don't really want to see it, but yeah, there is a part of me that wants to see something go down just because of the theatrics going on here. There's just so much history going on with these two now. Like, it seems like the mental war is like harder than the actual fight. Like the physical get when they get in there and meet up, like it's not really like some type of, like I said, toe to toe, blow for blow fight, but it seems like the mental warfare is more draining between these two. The way they play it out, as far as how the people who do interviews and everything, how they make it seem like these girls really hate each other. I want to see Lemos play the spoiler to some of these fighters. Yeah, Lemos is one to look out for. Like, I like Lemos' style. I think she definitely has some tricks up her sleeve that's going to pull off some upsets. I think she's in her right weight class right now. Yeah, if Lemos and Claudia Gadelia go at it, man, or Lemos versus Marina Rodriguez at some point, that would be a good fight. Lemos versus Jan Jana would be a good fight at some point. Also, because if Val wins this time, she wins back the bantamweight title, and then if Amanda doesn't want to retire as a non-champion, then she'll have to fight a fourth time to get it back. And I think Amanda knows that too, so she probably ain't gonna mess with it. Like, she'll still be the champion at featherweight, but it's going to be the retire or fight a fourth fight. So it'll come into play for her to retire or get that fourth fight. Like, somebody earlier was saying what Valentina should say. Where they say somebody earlier said Valentina should say, if you beat me, I retire. And man, the Nunes would be like, oh, you can retire anyway because I already beat you 2 times. I'm tired of Amanda holding up bantamweight. This is why I don't like fighters jumping weight classes. I don't know if she's holding it up, really. I mean, she is like, I can't really say she's holding it up. She's just not fighting a great deal, but she is beating legit fighters. You know what I mean? She is beating legit people when it comes down to it. Like, she did beat GDR. She did beat Holly. She's going to give Juliana her chance, So I can't really say she's like holding it up. I mean, I kind of get tired of it too, though, holding 2 weight classes like simultaneously. It does get a little bit annoying because it makes the timing, the turnaround longer. But until then, like, the bantamweight division hadn't really added any new blood either. So she's usually on time with it, if that makes sense. Like, not for the fans, but for her. When it's time to come through, she's on time. Claudia should retire. If Claudia fights somebody like Mackenzie Dern or Amanda Lemos and she loses, it might be time for retirement. Lola Yo-Yo said Adam Waite. Yeah, Adam Waite's got to be here. We talked about that a while ago. We did a show on that. Remember, we did like 15, 16 Adam Waites, man. So there's enough girls to make an Adam Waite division. Valentina's too good for them KO signing line. Yeah. J-Ball said by the time she fights Pena, it'll be 2 years since she's defended the bantamweight strap. They really need a bright prospect at 135. Tanisha Tennant. They should have signed Tanisha Tennant, man. Like, Tanisha Tennant. Who else? Chelsea Chandler fights between 135 and 45. She's fought at both weights. So they had some good Invicta fighters to sign. Who else? I mean, that was like one of the ones I could say is like a fighter they should have signed. Delia got her spirit dampened after that Andrade loss. Yeah, she did. She was still vibrant fighter after the JJ loss. She finished K. Yeah, she finished KK, but Andrade hung her out to dry, made her take a break. Yeah, she broke her, man. Like that was a fight, Andrade. I mean, that was a fight that she could have won too, but she just fought the wrong fight, man. I don't know if Rose could go to atom weight. Like she was looking big in there. She was looking big against Zhang Weili. I don't know if that was just me. Tisha Torres said she couldn't go down to atom weight because she said she got too much muscle. So it's because fighters typically only fight twice a year. So you got the two titles that equals a typical 1 year title events per year. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, I guess he wasn't in their eyes. He's, definitely not in there. What happened to Aspen? Like Aspen Ladd's supposed to be fighting Macy Chesson. When again? June or July? Let's see. All right. Somebody can answer that before I can, if they can. Aspen is fighting Macy, like I said, yeah, in July. Yeah. Same card as Macy Barber and Miranda Maverick. Yeah, that's gonna be a good night. So yeah, July 24th, Macy and Aspen Ladd are fighting. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. Miranda and Macy on that card as well. Nah, Robot Chicken. I think Home would win that fight, but yeah, Home is injured right now. But I got Macy against Aspen Ladd. I think Macy Jason is just too big and just has this awkward style. She's developing good left hook, good right hand, and she's just so strong. Like Marion Renault, Marion Renault was strong and she's a good grappler, but she was really having trouble with this girl because she's so big. I can't believe Aspen Ladd was in the favorite in that GDR fight. As soon as it happened, I was like, I told you, I knew that was going to happen. I don't see Aspen Ladd beating any good striker. No, with good takedown defense. Like Aspen Ladd is just so big, man. Like that's her takedown defense. You try to take her down, she'll just kind of like lay on you. If to be said, if Amanda run into does she run through Macy Chason? I I think so. I think Macy can beat a lot of these other girls like Aspen. So, but I think Amanda would. Yeah, Amanda would take her apart. I can't downplay Amanda's greatness like that and her skill like that. Amanda will take her apart. I don't know if it would be similar to the Megan fight like that. I think that Macy would probably stay in it a little bit longer. But if it goes to the ground, I think it's all Amanda. I think if it's standing, it's Amanda. I give Macy more than one round though. Like I don't see her going out like I don't see her going out like Aspen Ladd did against GDR. I don't see her going out in one round like Megan Anderson did against Nunes. I could see Macy staying in there a little bit longer, but eventually Amanda, yeah, she's gonna dog it. Robert said last go out this last about to beat her like she stole that number 3 spot she holding. Yeah, she got that number 3 spot quick, man. I was like, yo. Yeah, Amanda's IQ is very high. Like I said, people underestimate that. They say, like, I might even retract something I said. Like, people were saying Valentina's a better technical fighter, but it's hard to say. Like, Amanda may not look as technical in people's eyes, but she's very technical. Like, she's technical in how she scores her knockouts. I think people get so caught up in the fireworks of a knockout, they don't know that it takes the science to set up a beautiful right hand. Like, the way she punches down, the way Amanda Nunes punches down and puts the power on those knuckles, and the way she brings it back down to earth, like, what I mean? She's putting that gravity, bringing them shots down. That's like a science to it. A lot of people, yeah, like, I almost kind of got caught in that and said Valentina's a better technical fighter, but I can't say that because Amanda's got the wins over her. Amanda does have the wins. She did have something better technically to win those fights. I think Valentina is very patient. She's very technical in her own way, but I think Amanda Nunes is also technical. She just has so much power behind her shots. Robert said, I think Amanda's intelligence makes up for whatever physical gifts she doesn't have. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like Valentina, some of her physical gifts are that strength that I talk about. She's very strong, and she's very grounded, and she's hard to take down, and she's very good at like picking girls up and taking them down. Um Amanda, she's not like ripped and she's not really muscular, but she's broken the science down how her body works and how to avoid certain takedowns herself now, and being put in situations where she'll gas out. So Amanda's broken her body down to a science, her fighting style to a science. Like, we could say, we don't know. Like I said, like, her cardio may not, it might haven't improved. Her cardio might haven't improved over the years. She just knows how to fight at a certain pace that fits her, so she can fight 5 rounds. She's working smarter and not harder in there. So yeah, man, that's a smart fighter. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely believe that. Yeah, her intelligence makes up for a lot of it. Lad is kind of annoying. I wish Herb Dean let GDR keep going on Lad for a couple seconds. Oh, you wrong. Lad would have been able to complain. Yeah, yeah, all right, yeah, yeah, because that's why you got to do that. Sometimes you knock somebody out, and if they try to get up, you got to jump on them. And like, I thought she hit her with the one hitter quitter and got her out of there, but she had enough energy to complain. Maybe she should have went in with maybe a couple more hammer fists. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That overhand right, like Amanda's overhand right is deadly. If you go back and look at the Chris Cyborg fight, fighting off of her back foot, and then after that, setting up the left hook off the cage, that's not luck. I had somebody tell me that. I was talking to him one day, and somebody in person, and they was telling me Amanda Nunes got lucky with her punches against Chris Cyborg. I was like, nah, man, she was setting them punches up. Like, Amanda Nunes was, firing off of the fence. Shoot, and Megan Anderson, same deal with her. Like, I mean, me, it was just mentally shook. And that, to me, that's the worst thing you can actually be, like, mentally out of the fight. Like, if it's one thing, if you got a broken finger, you could fight through that. But if your mind ain't in it, that's total. That's just a total. That's total destruction. Amanda had fun in there, boy. She went in there with 2 submissions on her. She was like, "Yo, I got you in the triangle, got the neck, I got the arm." Yeah, so very smart fighter. She is. Yeah, and she holds the, like I said, she hold the wins right now. I can't believe. Oh man, like I brought that up. Somebody told me Rose got lucky. Like, look, I picked Whaley. I picked Whaley to win the fight, but even I can say that Rose was not lucky. That was an accurate shot. Somebody gonna tell me in my other video that Rose got lucky. This ain't nothing to analyze. She got lucky. That was not a lucky shot. That's something you study for. Can't believe somebody will tell me Rose got lucky. That was not a lucky shot. That was a set up shot by somebody with better striking and somebody with a lack of defense. How are you going to take that away from that person and call that a lucky shot? Like, no. Marcus, what? Marcus, crazy. Cantaloupe. I mean, yeah, you can analyze that first round. You can analyze that first round. How you gonna tell me you can't analyze that first round, that one round? I could tell you how she scored it, and I told him how you scored it. But your whole thing, you took everything. You took the only thing you took out of everything I said and breaking that how it happened down was it was luck. Come on, I already told you that the fight wasn't gonna go the distance. I said this is why, and this is how it's gonna play out, and that's how it played out. It happened faster than I thought, but it wasn't lucky. Wow, man. If you examine that kick in slow motion, you can see that Rose trick Whaley in the exactly. I said that in the video. That's why I told him in the video. I was like, look, how can you call this luck? From the other angle, like I said, Rose's eyes were looking down. Her eyes were looking down, and then she kind of, fainted. You could see her hip move with the kick, and Whaley pulled her legs back like she was dodging the kick, and her head was still where it needed to be, right where Rose wanted her head to be, because she said, I'm going to make her think I'm throwing a leg kick. So when she moves her legs, she ain't going to see this head kick coming. How you call that luck? Come on, man. I know you probably wanted Zhang Weili to win, but I picked her to win, but shoot, tell the truth, man. Come on. You don't want a person like that in your corner if they're going to tell you some, they're going to give you some false information or some false hope. I don't think it was a lucky opportunity either. I think it was just lack of defense at the time, and it was going to happen. Something close to lucky would be Moraes, the knockout of Sterling. He cleared through a kick, but Aljamain moved forward and ran into the knee. So lucky for him. Yeah, like that's something different. Like if you touch somebody with something that you had no intention of landing and it gets you the result that you wanted and it ends your day, then you like, oh, whoa, okay. Thank God, he was on my side there. But this one here, Rose went to school with this. She took it to school and said, okay, lack of defense, hands down. On the outside, hands down. I got the longer reach. I got the longer legs. Okay. Feint, boom, kick in the story. I don't think that was a lucky opportunity. That opportunity came faster than it was supposed to be there. Then it should have been there. You know what I mean? Like Zhang should have been prepared for everything. Everything as far as Rose's boxing ability and her kickboxing ability. I don't. There's no luck behind that. Because if that was the case, that opportunity would have been there, every single round. It's just a matter of when she wanted to take it, because that's how Weili fights. A lot of things that people as non-fighters won't go into to these things. So the luck thing is hard argument. Yeah. Marcus ain't stopping, boy. Marcus is not stopping on that hair, boy. Oh man. Hey, y'all gotta stop it, man. Afro block, how you like that? Oh man. But yeah, man, I'm about to get up out of here. I lied again. I was on here an extra hour with y'all just talking again. So interesting conversation again. I'm about to get up out of here though, y'all. Probably be back on Friday. What fight should I do Friday? Before I go, what fight should I do as a live commentary Friday? When was the last time I did one? It's been like a couple weeks, right? Yeah. Any suggestions on a fight that I should watch and do as a live round by round commentary for Friday stream? What do y'all got? Let me know. I'm about to get up out of here, but what fight should I break down live? Yeah, Stamina Rose says she picked up on a tendency to kind of like scoot her leg back like that. Yeah. Ain't no luck in that because yeah, all you gotta do is always look at a person's bad habits in fights, and that could be your easy key to victory. All right, Colton said Amanda versus Holly. Stamina said boo. Well, he answered first, so it's only one round, so I can do that one. It's one round, right? It was one round, right? Yeah, one round fight. Yeah, I'll do that. Robert said do 15 more minutes, so I'll be right on time for good. Do 10 or 15 more minutes. If y'all answer the question first, I'll get out of here. Like I'll do Amanda versus Holly since it was a one round, but that's too fast. I mean, since he gave me a suggestion, yeah, I'll do it. Since Colton actually gave a suggestion, I'm gonna do it though. Did I do Claudia versus Jessica? Did I do that fight? I think I did, yeah. Okay. I just want to see what you think of when Amanda first connected on Holly and how she reacted. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that fight. If nobody else had, hold on. Stamina said do Barber Grasso, do Barber versus Grasso maybe, or Caitlin Chikagan versus JoJo. Okay. Yeah, I'll do Amanda and Holly since it's quick, but yeah, I'll choose between those two. Stamina. Yeah, I ain't seen that fight like what was that 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Chikagan versus JoJo. Yeah. Yeah, I might do that one. I might wind up doing that fight. All right, y'all. So trying to think of something that was moderately competitive. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah, Stamina. Give me something competitive. Like give me something hard to decide. Like Whaley versus Joanna, we did that. That one about, that blows my mind a little bit. Nunes versus Shevchenko is a mind blower too, because you got to really go back and look. But I don't think anybody will watch that one. It's kind of, I don't want to put anybody to sleep. So, but yeah, I'll choose between those two. If you think of another one, just leave one in the comment section though. But yeah, that's why probably why I'll narrow it down to. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all. Whaley versus Tisha. Did I do that fight? I think I did that fight. I think I did Whaley versus Tisha. Yeah, I did. I did Whaley versus Tisha at the same time I did Whaley I did Whaley versus Tisha the same time I did Rose and Tisha, the rematch. I did that one. Stammer said, "Did you ever watch Waterson Hill?" That was contingent. Yeah, that was a good one. I might do that one. That's an even better one. You're not lying, Marcus. It's true. It's the windshield wiper. Like she's got that windshield wiper like jab. So like the way she hangs her jabs like a windshield wiper. Yeah, that one I might. Yeah, let's do that one. We'll do that one. Michelle Waterson versus Angela Hill. That's a good one. Good one, Stamina. Yeah, we'll do that one. Maybe come back to the other one some other time. But I like that fight. Oh, Joe. Yeah. Wax on, wax off. Yeah. Yeah. We'll forget the other ones. Yeah. We'll forget the others. I can do better. We all okay. I'm gonna hold on to the Waterson Hill because that might be that's a good one, but yeah, maybe we could do better. Yeah, we'll hold on to that. Like I said, leave if y'all have some suggestions, let's leave it in the comment section. And yeah, we'll rock it on Friday at 7 p.m. like always. Yeah. So whatever we got, whatever we come up with, if I come up with something, we'll be on live and yeah, we'll do it round by round at 7 p.m. like always, y'all. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. Peace.